Hello. All right, we are live with the Hair Hotline today. It is Thursday at 7 p.m. We are live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Hair Hotline. Thank you guys so much for joining. I was supposed to announce the giveaway, which I'll do this week, but I have been sick and my voice is just now coming back, so I'm glad it's back in enough time to do this live. So excuse me. Again, we are live this Thursday with the Hair Hotline. This Thursday we will be tackling hair myths. Okay, so there are a lot of things that I have heard that are supposed to work or that you're supposed to do before you do certain things or before you get your hair done, or certain things that are supposed to work for you when you're getting your hair done or to help your hair grow, all these different types of things, right? So today we're going to be tackling a few of those myths and figuring out whether they're true or not. Actually, no, none of them are true that we're going to be tackling. But as we tackle them, I'll tell you the reason why they're not true, and we will discuss them. Okay, so I have a few different, a few different myths. Okay, so first myth. I have heard so many times that pregnancy does your hair right, and that after your hormones are back down to normal, that your hair goes back to normal, or that your natural hair pattern will return, or if it changed your hair color, all these different things, right? That is a myth. That is not true for everybody, okay? So for example, I have been pregnant a few times. Every time I have been pregnant, my hair texture has changed, and my hair texture has never gone back to the way that it was when my hormones go back down. So it depends on the person. Some people's hair, they get really nice, full, thick, shiny hair, and then some of their hair comes out. Sometimes people get nice, full, thick, shiny hair when they're pregnant, and the hair stays. They keep their length, they keep everything, but it's not true for everybody. So do not believe that once you get pregnant, if your hair texture changes or hair changes in general, that it will be the same or that it will go back to what it was before. That is not true, and is not true for every single person. Okay. All right. Second thing that I have heard is that all conditioner is the same, or conditioner is just conditioner. Not true. Different conditioners give you different benefits for your hair. So for example, you may have a moisturizing conditioner that is solely to provide moisture to your hair if it's really dry, or if the seasons are changing, you want to give your hair a little bit more moisture. Or you may have protein conditioners. Those are to give your hair strength. Those are to if your hair is breaking off really bad, those things, protein conditioners are good for that. So all protein is not the same. Remember my live video from a few months ago, we were talking about why we should follow manufacturer's directions and why it's important to make sure, especially with conditioner, that you are following those directions, because there are some protein conditioners that are stronger than others. There are some protein conditioners, if you leave them in longer than what the manufacturer tells you to leave them in for, your hair can come out, as it did to me about over 10 years ago. Okay. So we want to make sure that we are paying attention to labels, that we're asking our professional stylist about the conditioner and whether it's great for our hair. So whether we should even be using that product or not. Maybe that product is providing too much moisture. So maybe you want something a little bit lighter. Just depends on you, your hair texture. Okay. Another one is that you can repair split ends. That is the biggest myth I have ever heard. Okay. So one of the things that one of the ways that I always hear that is, I always hear that as it pertains to commercials on TV about shampoos and conditioners and these things that help repair split ends and help your hair kind of repair itself. That is not true. The only way, and we talked about this too in a few lives ago, about wanting our hair to grow but not wanting to cut it. Your hair can never repair, or no product can ever repair split ends, okay? Split ends do not fix themselves. There is no product that can repair the split ends. The only way to repair the split ends is to cut them off. You may have a product that can help seal the cuticle, or they can provide you more moisture, or they can prevent split ends from happening. But once they're there, they're there. Just like a piece of paper, when you rip it, the rip is there. Even if you put a piece of tape on it, the piece of tape doesn't change the fact that the split is there. It just masks it. So that's all those products are doing. They're not repairing those split ends, okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so some of the other things that I have heard. I have heard a lot of people tell me before that they don't drink water, they don't eat healthy. So one of the myths is that eating unhealthy foods and not drinking enough water doesn't affect your hair. That is not true. It is not true, because your hair starts on the inside. So as we keep our body, as we maintain a healthy body, keeping our body hydrated and keeping our body healthy in terms with the foods that we eat, we will notice more. We will notice shinier hair. We will notice stronger hair. We will notice healthier hair as it comes out. It's not coming out as dry and as brittle as it was before. You may notice that your hair is getting a lot more fuller because you're eating a lot better. So make sure that you're drinking enough water. Make sure that you're eating healthy foods. Those things are going to keep your hair nice and healthy as it starts on the inside and works its way out of the hair follicle, okay? A couple things. So this is also in relation to conditioner. So one is that you don't need conditioner, or that using a co-wash all the time and not using a regular conditioner or not using a shampoo is okay. So let's talk about not using conditioner. So a few lives ago, we did one about conditioner, like I mentioned earlier. Conditioner is meant to close the cuticle layer on the hair and to seal in moisture, to seal in your hair strength, to seal in everything, okay? So it's meant to seal in whatever that conditioner provides is meant to close that cuticle and seal that in. If we don't have conditioner, we're leaving the hair follicle or leaving that cuticle layer open and allowing damage to happen a lot more quickly. We're allowing our hair to dry out a lot more quickly. Those things are what happen when we're not using conditioner, okay? So when we're talking about co-washing, for those of us who are not familiar, co-washing is the process of using a cream or conditioner base to shampoo your hair. Okay. There are a lot of co-washes on the market. Some of them are really great and some of them work phenomenal. But using those in place of shampoo all the time is not healthy for the hair. Shampoo's purpose is to actually cleanse the scalp and open up that cuticle layer to provide. So when you go in with the conditioner, your conditioner provides all that nourishment and it closes that cuticle back. So we need shampoo, even if we're not using it every time we shampoo our hair. We need shampoo. Excuse me. We need shampoo in order to cleanse the scalp properly, in order to make sure that we're getting all the debris and all the oils and all of the sprays and things that we put in our hair on a daily basis, that we're getting those things out, okay? So co-washing is great every now and then or every other time, but you want to make sure that you work in a shampoo every so often. So if you shampoo your hair once a week, every other week, if you want to shampoo and then use a co-wash, that's fine. If you only want to shampoo once a month, that is completely up to you. But just understand that the longer you wait to shampoo your hair, the more debris that are gathering on the scalp. And the more debris that gather on the scalp, the more chances you have of ingrown hairs on the scalp irritation, scalp inflammation, things like that. You'll notice when we're not shampooing. Okay. Excuse me, I'm still getting over my voice being gone. All right. Excuse me. So one of the other ones that I used to hear a lot, I don't hear a lot anymore, is that when you go get your hair colored, that you should go to the stylist with your hair dirty, because that makes your hair color turn out better, or it helps the stylist color your hair better, or whatever. That is not true. Actually, leaving your hair dirty for a color service can prevent you from getting the color that you want. It can also prevent your stylist from giving you, from looking at your hair as a blank canvas and allowing them to customize that formula for you. So I have even seen stylists where they have to shampoo someone before they color their hair and make sure the hair is dry, because it's so much debris, it's so much hairspray, it's so much greasiness on the hair that they are not able to color the hair. So if you have a lot of debris on your scalp, on your hair, you've been doing a lot of hairspray, a lot of shine agents, those things weigh your hair down. They also make your hair look wet, so your hair looks a little bit darker than what it actually is. So key tip for that: if you're going to shampoo your hair before you get your hair colored, shampoo your hair about 48 hours beforehand, and then do not shampoo it at least 24 hours before you get your hair colored, okay? Especially if that hair color is going on the scalp, because you can have some scalp irritation from the manipulation of your fingers when you're shampooing your scalp, okay? So make sure that we are not shampooing our hair at least 24 hours in advance before prior to coloring, okay? Excuse me. Another one that I have heard: if I don't comb my hair, it won't shed and my hair will grow faster. False. Your hair will shed whether you comb it or not. If you decide that you don't want to comb your hair every day, that you want to comb it every couple of days, that is completely your prerogative, but your hair will still shed. Hair sheds about 60 to 100 strands a day, give or take the person, give or take on the head of hair. But your hair sheds no matter whether you comb it or not. So that's why people that wear braids a lot, or that wear extensions, you'll notice that once you take those extensions out, that your hair, you notice that you get a big ball of hair. That's because their hair is going to shed whether you decide to comb it or not. And that's why it's also important not to leave those extensions in for too long, because with that hair shedding, you don't want the hair to mat up and become dreadlocked or become impossible to comb through, because I've seen that also, where people leave extensions in too long and they end up with one big hairy mat in their scalp that is almost impossible to comb out. I've even had to shave people's head because we're not able to get the matting untangled, okay? Excuse me. Another one that I haven't heard recently, but I have heard previously, is that as a natural hair person or a naturalista, that if you color your hair, that you're still natural. Natural, in terms of a professional perspective, means that you have virgin hair. You have no chemical process at all. So no relaxer, no perm, no color, no temporary color, no nothing. That is what natural means to a professional stylist, okay? So if you color your hair, if you do a temporary color, a permanent color, your hair is no longer technically natural. So it may still be natural in respect to not having a chemical straightening process, but just keep in mind that permanent hair colors do relax your natural curl pattern if you have a natural curl pattern. So it does change your natural curl pattern. It relaxes it a little bit. So you're technically not natural if you have a permanent hair color, or if you have any color on your hair at all. Okay? All right, my last one. And I actually just saw a post about this on Facebook. I'm actually going to share it to the Hair Hotline page. But wearing a wig cap is keeping my hair protected. So when people are doing sew-ins and weaves and closures and things like that, one of the things that they do is they put this protective, or like a wig cap or a weave cap or something like that, to protect their braids, so the hair is sewn to the braid and the wig cap, or it's just sewn to the wig cap. That is not true. So although it does provide a barrier, that alone is not enough just to protect your hair. So that's why when you wear these closures and these wig caps and things like that, they should be maintained by a professional stylist. You should make sure that you are not leaving it in longer than what is recommended. When you leave it in longer than recommended, it's no longer providing your hair the protection that it needs. Okay, so it is providing your hair the protection that it needs in the sense of making sure that it is when it's done properly and when it is properly maintained, and when you wear it for the amount of time that you're supposed to wear it in. If you wear it longer than that, there's a chance it's not really providing you the protection that it needs, or the protection that your hair needs. Okay. Thank you all so much. Those were real quick hair myths that we just debunked, that we tackled. I gave you the reasons why they are not true. Make sure you share this. Excuse me. And make sure. All right, sorry about that. Make sure you join us every Thursday at the Hair Hotline on Instagram, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are live every Thursday talking all types of hair topics and all types of hair things. If you have not seen any of our other lives, please go to YouTube and search the Hair Hotline, and you'll be able to follow us and watch any of our videos there. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll see you all next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you.